Mm-mm. What's good, YouTube? It is your girl J, BK Syndicates. I've been gone. Well, the only BK Syndicates. I've been gone for a minute. I took a break from all the Ratchet TV shit. I was waiting for Bad versus Wild to come out. Yes, we are like 3 episodes in, but I wasn't in none of the first 2 episodes, so I didn't really give a fuck. But of course, I watched it. But the third episode, which is the TT versus Bobby Lights Vanity episode, I was in that. And like I told y'all that what happened, a lot of people thought that I was lying. A lot of people thought that, it was bullshit, that I was thing, that I wasn't like telling the truth or nothing. Did I lie? Did I lie? Just to make sure that I let y'all see a bitch was there. Let me just move in right here. Let's just move right here real fast. Now, this is me right here. I'm right in the back, like I told y'all niggas. I was in the back behind the co-host the majority of the night. If you see, that's my girl right behind there. That's her right there. I was there. Like I said, y'all was gonna see me when I told y'all about the show when Bobby and his crew made the decision that they were going to kill Nicki Minaj. They left that in. Did I fucking lie about that? It's just that they cut out a lot of that piece, a lot of that segment, because they had to stop the show to get somebody out of the audience because they were screaming and yelling at Bobby when he made that statement. So they definitely edited out a lot of shit. Also wanted it to be very clear as well. Yeah, that's me. I also wanted it to be very, very clear that when I that this show was never filmed on the strip. That's a fucking lie. So all those pictures and all those still shots and all those like panning cameras of you seeing the strip, they were never near the strip. They were never on the strip. They were not a block away from the strip. They were not anything near that fucking strip. They were by the airport. Okay? They were by the airport. And that airport is at least a couple, is a bit away from the strip. They were on the opposite side of the strip of the airport. They were on Greer. They were on Greer. So Greer's like near the airport. They were near the airport. They was never near the strip. So that's a lie. That's a big fucking lie. I know because I took a taxi there. I took a lift there at least 3-4 times to this basically area that is nothing but warehouses and people working there, like a little like warehouse though entertainment area. That's where it is. It's like warehousings and stuff. So they never was near the strip. Uh a lot of the videos that were showing with the cast members and shit coming out of the cars and all that was never near us. That was never near the audience. We only was seen maybe like 1 or 2 of them enter and everything, but they never walked in the same area as where the audience members were, because then they'll have to walk through the section where everyone is at. When I told y'all that they had a section for us where they let us drink and they gave us drink tickets, filled us up with liquor and all that shit, that area that you see in the beginning where you see all those fans and all those people and you see the bartenders twerking and dancing, that was the audience members area where they got us drunk as shit and had us waiting there for mad hours. So a lot that day when I went to that show, that honestly, that wasn't even the first time I went to the show. What I'm trying to say is that the Bobby Lights Vanity slash TT the show, this was the show after the Slim versus Big show. So this was Slim versus Rolly versus Slim versus Rolly show. That was the first show. So I thought they was going to come out with that show first and then they was going to release the TT and Bobby show. But they're doing I see that they're trying to like switch shit up and they're not going in order. Yes, the first show and the Carissa show and all that show, those two, the Carissa was way after Bobby and was way after Bobby and the TT show. That was like at least 2-3 shows after. The Biggie versus Slim, Big versus Slim, the Big versus Slim show was literally right after, was literally the next day after the Natalie and Jocelyn Cabaret show. So they're a little bit, they're switching up a little bit of things. I guess they don't want people to know on what show is coming out and everything, because on Instagram, each and every single show that they had on their Instagram page, you can see which ones were coming first. So yeah, I don't know what show is really going to be coming out next week. We'll have to see. They're probably saving that dark skin versus light skin show last, or probably in the mid, probably like this probably gonna come out in probably episode 6 or something, because they want to lead us into continuing watching the show, and they know that when they release that dark skin versus light skin show, all hell will break loose, because everyone's gonna be like, wow, you niggas actually really did it. Yes, they did. They actually filmed it. I would be shocked if they don't put that bad dark skin versus light skin show out. It would be I would be like, oh, so you guys actually filmed it, but then decide not to put it out. They might do a whole shit ton of editing with that one. I don't know. But yeah, y'all, like I was here. Like I was dead there. Let me like move it up even more. I was dead there. That was me in the green jacket with the green hat with the glasses on the whole entire time. That was me right there. When you see that arrow, I was there behind this bitch the whole entire time. You know what's so crazy is that my girl is mad short, right? She's right there, right? And this bitch, when we was in front of her and everything, like, yo, can't even lie, that wig in person is fucking frizzy everywhere. Like, it was crazy because my girl actually spilt a drink on this bitch's wig and she didn't even feel it. That's how fucking cheap that wig was that she was wearing on. And she actually is best friend. She is the co-host's best friend. So she had like a front seat right there the whole entire time. So she wasn't moving any fucking where. But as you can see, yes. And then this show that I was at, they filmed 2 shows. So that's why, like, and the other thing is many of these shows were filmed. They filmed 2 shows in one day. This was the TT versus Vanity show, which is Bobby Lights versus Quay. This was the first show. This was the first show that they filmed. This shit didn't start until like, I don't even know. Like, this shit didn't start until like what, 8, 9, and literally like it will only lasted maybe about an hour and a half of filming. They filmed like maybe like, I can't lie to you, like it was mainly like maybe an hour and a half of filming for the Bad versus Wild show. Each show took at least an hour, 2 hours, at least an hour and a half to do. And most of the time, we weren't leaving until like almost 12 a.m. or 1 o'clock in the morning. So they would have people here till 2 p.m. People would be here at 2 p.m. and then they're not leaving the fucking area until 1 o'clock in the morning. We got here at 6. Me and my girl got here at 6 o'clock p.m. Me and her they didn't finish filming these 2 shows until damn near 12:30 p.m. till 12:30 a.m. Almost 1 o'clock. We didn't get home till almost 1:30 a.m. So I did forget to leave out that Saucy Santana did perform for that show, but his performance wasn't anything like interesting at all, because when we get there at the show and they put us into the audience area, they let the artists, whoever it is that they got performing that night, they do 2 songs at the beginning of the show. So they do, like I told them, like I said before, in my last couple videos that I did on Bad versus Wild, they do things backwards. with this show. And so it's very interesting seeing how they put it all together and being someone that was there and experienced it, because I'm like, that's not how they did it. That's not how this happened. I really wish that I could like play the show. Let me take myself off because I just feel like the way how they did the show, being there and now watching it is like it's all spark and glamour. It's just bullshit what they're doing. Like it's bullshit because they're trying to make it seem like this is how the show went on. This is how the show happened. And that's complete and utter false. It's bullshit. Dead ass. Like it's bullshit. Dead ass bullshit. They, with the artists, when we get into the audience area, Mr. Plume Plume comes on, like how you always see him at the beginning of the show to introduce Nick Cannon. He introduces Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon comes out. You see him do his little intro. And then he said, oh, and then here comes blank blank Saucy Santana. First off, how it happened was this. After he announces Nick comes out. They want us all to go start dancing and saying, wow, wow. Bad versus wild, bad versus wild. That's what they had us saying. As soon as Nick says his lines, they cut it. Boom, they cut it, and then they let him say Saucy Santana, and then after they cut him, and then he goes on stage to be where you see Nick on the show standing there with the mic, with the music and everything right there, right? Like like how with Wilding Out, how they have like the little DJ that be there that be doing all the dinging and pressing all the buttons. That's Nick's role now. Nick is not on the stage doing shit. He has never done that at all for any of the Bad versus Wild tapings. When Nick gets on that stage, he does his thing and everything. Then that's when they bring the artist on, and that's when they say, all right, 3, 2, 1. We're recording, and then that's when they play the music, and then Saucy Santana comes out and he does his first song. After he does the first song, they cut, and then they let him go off stage to then introduce him again to do the second show, to do the second song. All right, so they do this. So as soon as they do that, they cut, and now they get everything ready. They make Nick say his lines again, and then they cut. And then they start recording, and then they bring Saucy Santana back out. Guaranteeing you, like, because they're making it seem like they had Saucy Santana there the whole entire night waiting for his performance. That's not fucking true. Saucy Santana came, did his 2 songs at the beginning of the show, and he was out. Nobody saw Saucy Santana for the rest of the night. He was gone. He did what he had to do. He performed his 2 songs. He collected his check, and he was out before the show even started filming, before they started filming the first game. Okay? And the first game was what I told y'all, because a lot of people didn't believe me. Thank you to Edna for, going back and reviewing and, redoing a reaction to my first couple videos that I did. Did I lie in any of my parts when I said about Vanity, Bobby Lights talking about killing Nicki Minaj? I did not lie. They actually left it in. When I told y'all about them doing the pie and everything, about them messing up, that I had to go to the bathroom and then I left, but I was able to still catch the show, and they were basically cleaning up the show. They were cleaning up the show. In between this, what we are seeing, Blueface was there. Blueface was there, the majority, and it's crazy that they were able to I guess meticulously not show Blueface, but in a couple, because right after they finished filming, soon as you saw Mr. Plume Plume and Nick say, thank you, Saucy Santana, that's it. Boom. That was that. They then take us all out. We all go back to the audience area. They give us more drinks, and then they wait, and then they had to clean up the show. They had to clean up all that, whipped cream and shit. So it took them a minute from the clean it and make sure that it wasn't slippery. They cleaned it to let us go. That's at the time when Blueface, then I told you about the bullshit with Blueface, when Blueface was tripping and he ripped his pants and he started wilding out on the producers. He started wilding out on Mr. Plume Plume. He started wilding out on Nick Cannon. All of this that you're seeing, that you saw, All it's crazy, like watching it and like knowing what the hell was happening in between filming, in between the scenes. And I wish that you guys would have was there and you guys would have seen the whole entire way how they filmed this show. It was a shit show. It was a shit show. It was nobody. I'm guaranteeing you that a lot of people on that show didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They were just there to collect the check. And would I be surprised if if the next episode is Brittany Renna versus Sky? Sorry, I wouldn't be surprised if it is, because because both of those shows are congruent with each other, because both of those shows were filmed in the exact same day. So a lot of the audience members, whenever you do see, and it's kind of smart in a way, because now I'm thinking about it, they're probably not going to do it because they know that they got people, that they got niggas like me that can point out shit really well. So with the Brittany Renna and the Sky show, a lot of the audience members that you've seen on this episode 3, you're going to see on that show. So it wouldn't make sense for them to put that Brittany Renna and Sky show out, because you're going to see the exact same audience members. It's just they swapped everybody around. So at this show, I was behind the co-host, right? I was behind her. But then let me just make sure I get a picture for y'all real quick. Let me make sure I get something for y'all. So let me just get this for y'all real quick. Sorry that did not fully have all my pictures set up. Let me just move this out the way. Start sharing. Let's get it. Okay. We're getting it right now. It's loading up right now. But yeah, like I was saying, y'all, like it's crazy to me. Let me zoom in on it too, so y'all see. And let's share the screen. Share. And let's go. There we go. So, oops. So, y'all see this area right here? Y'all see this area right here where you see the audience? Where Nick is standing over us this whole entire time. So when they moved me for the second show, they moved me from behind her, and then they put me down here. They put me down here, and I was down here, and I was on this side. So the next time that y'all see the show, just try to look out for me. I'm in the exact same shit. Like, they don't have none of the audience members change. They just flip. They just move character. They just move us around. And now that I'm looking at the audience area, it's crazy that they made the audience, that they were so good at making it seem like there was a lot of people in that mosh pit, and it really wasn't. A lot of people after the filming of this show, a lot of people left, and then it was a very empty mosh pit. So they had to then move. That's the main reason why they moved me and put me down here, because they needed more people. It was so bad that they were asking people from the VIP section, which is over here where you see Chef Teeth and everything. They was asking people from VIP to come down into the pit so that they can make it look like it's a shit ton of people. But they still had to make it look like there were people that was over on this side, and they had to make sure that there were people that were behind us. That there were people, there's a whole entire another stage that's right behind the audience right here, is right behind and all that. So I didn't lie about shit. Niggas thought that I was playing, thought that everything. When I said that Chris Brown was there and shit, nobody believed me. I went to 4 of these. I went to 4 shows in the span of 2 days. It's like I went to like 4 or 5 shows. I went to this show, TT versus Vanity. I was there. I was there for the Sky versus Brittany Renner show. I was there for the Rolly versus Slim show. Dark skin versus light skin. And I was there for the little people versus tall people show. So that's 5 shows I was there for. And we're going to see. I want to see like how I'm still like very like not floored, but it's interesting to see the show now, seeing how they edited, seeing how they recorded. They've edited a lot of shit that they probably did that they know that they couldn't, let y'all see. And all that, Bobby showing his nuts and everything, but they wasn't showing like the real shit. And it's Zeus, so Zeus is not going to try and make their people and make their brand look bad by keeping in certain shit. But yeah, Bobby, he was on one that whole entire night. He looks tame and everything now when you were seeing it on the show, but as soon as they was filming recording, Bobby was there. Believe it or not, Bobby was there for the Brittany Renner and Sky show, and he was over there to the VIP section. So he was there that whole entire night for all 2 filmings. It was him, TT, all of them was in the section where I told y'all about the whole liquor situation where they ran out of liquor and they had to run upstairs and get like wagons full of liquor. And it was big ass bottles of like Epsilon and Hennessy Cavassier and big bottles of exclusive and all types of shit, all types of vodka, tequila, and cognac. They had all different types of liquor there. Bobby, TT, Blueface, all of them was there smoking weed in the VIP section, was smoking in the area where the audience is. That's where I told y'all that they had this VIP section after they let people go to go clean up the stage. They put everyone in this VIP area and they had all the audience members. It was something like, imagine like you have Blueface, TT right here and everything. And there's a big ass room and there is chairs. There's like sofas and everything in the middle. They're sitting down, chilling, smoking weed. But then they got the whole audience members around them. It's just around them just like that. They're standing they have it. It's right there in the middle. VIP, security and everything. And then we're just walking around. It's literally like a big room, and everyone's just walking around the circle, and then the bar was literally right here waiting, and they ran out of liquor, and people was freaking pissed off because they were like, yo, y'all niggas had us here for mad long. Where the fuck is the liquor? I'm going to try to keep this brief and short, but it was pretty interesting seeing myself, because I thought that because when these niggas, mass flagged me from exposing the show and telling people what the show was going to be about and what to expect, they mass flagged me and had got my other channel, which you see down here, BK Syndicates. They mass flagged that and got me copyrighted and got my channel terminated. Well, of course, now I have my channel back after, working hard with YouTube and YouTube realizing that, and freaking Bree, bitch, and that white bitch Bree, who's been mass flagging everybody, who's been copyright striking everybody. She's copyright strike Sky Santana. She's copyright strike Voodoo Doll. She's copyright strike everybody that does anything on Zeus and at all. Like right now, like if you see this, I hope that I don't get copyright just for just having a goddamn picture up, because they do. Because the thing is with their copyright strike people, especially because she's the only person that does the copyright strike, which is Bree McVeigh, white bitch that drives a motorcycle somewhere in Minnesota or Texas or some shit. She's from one of those areas. She's a white bitch that does not, that if she see that, she doesn't even watch the videos to see if it's copyright, if it's any copyright in there. She just copyright strikes you if one of their people, because I think that their people are watching other YouTubers, and if you say something that they don't like, then they try to get you copyright straight, and then they try to find these little loopholes, like, oh, you use a little bit of footage from us, oh, we're gonna copyright strike you. Oh, we use a little bit of this from you, you use a little picture, we're gonna copyright strike you. Well, bitch, my face is on this shit. But yeah, I just want to come on here just to tell y'all a couple things about Bad versus Wild, what happened with it, what's going, like how the filming went, and I will be doing more reviews on Bad versus Wild. It's not really like a review because it's not nothing really like anything to review. It's just game show. It's just a game show that is ratchet. It's a ratchet game show. It is basically what Nick Cannon wanted. How Nick Cannon wanted his Wildin' Out show to be. It's Wildin' Out X-rated. That's what I told you guys before. It's Wildin' Out ratchet version, Zeus style. Instead of them telling jokes and shit, and you know, they're having to get the audience involved like how they used to do with Wildin' Out. This is completely different. It's just that they have Zeus members doing all types of games, and it's a mess. It was messy being there as an audience member and watching it, and it's messy being there watching it now on the TV as an audience member. It was trash. This show is trash. It's not like a very, it's entertaining, but do we see Bad versus Wild having a second season? And is it going to be Bad versus Wild Las Vegas again, or are they going to start doing things like how they do with Baddies, which is like Baddies East, Baddies South? Are they going to have like what's it called? Bad versus Wild Atlanta edition, Bad versus Wild New York edition, Bad versus Wild NYC, Bad versus Wild ATL, Bad versus Wild Los LA. You know, I see them doing something like that. Is it a sustainable thing like what they think with Baddies? I don't know. Even Baddies is starting to get played out. The Caribbean, I honestly, watching the auditions and all that, like, it kind of had me like, what is the sense of me watching this show? What's the sense of me watching these Baddies auditions? They're talking about like they're going to have a shit ton of women on next season, and they're probably going to split it up into two different houses like last time. The audience already said that. We already said that we don't want two houses, that when we are doing one house, it was fine. So now this is what's going to happen with the rest of the Baddies series that's going to happen, that we're just going to have two different houses with a shit ton of girls on each side. And there's basically like what happened last time, that it was a house A versus house B situation, and a house B versus house B, house A versus house A type shit. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be interested in watching more Baddies. I got burnt out from watching Now That's TV. That's the reason why, like, you guys haven't seen me on here for a very long time, for a bit, because I got burnt out from watching all that Now That's TV and Zeus. Like, Zeus and Now That's TV have the exact same formula. It's just that one is have a little bit more money and a little bit more camera personnel and everything than the other. And one is paying people more than the other. It's crazy that you're seeing all of these Now That's TV people, all these cast members like Queen D and Diamond the Body and shit, all on the show, all coming on to jumping ship and coming on to Zeus. If I missed a Plume Plume, I'll be rubbing my hands like Birdman, smiling, laughing at these niggas. Like, yeah, your talent is coming over to me, you dumbass niggas. Y'all, your talent is coming over to me, and they want to get paid. It just shows it, like, it's giving, like, seeing all of these other cast members from Now That's TV coming onto Zeus. It's giving Now That's TV a bad name, and it's proving their rep right, that Now That's TV don't pay their cast members enough, and they only pay them nickels and pennies. It's crazy. I'm not going to do a review on Baddies Caribbean, the auditions. It makes no sense. Don't know when Baddies Caribbean is going to come out. They just announced a lot of people that they have in mind. Of course, Diamond in the Body is going to be one of them. I would not be surprised if I would not be surprised if she's on this new season. Because it's a way if they bring, because Mr. Plume Plume, he's dumb, but he's not a dumb ass nigga that will be like, well, I'm going to say no. I feel like he's going to say yes to Diamond the Body because he wants to embarrass Now That's TV. And if he puts on her, that's another Now That's TV girl that they've done put on the show that's popping. ET was the first, and Diamond the Body would be the second, and it will be something for Mr. Plume Plume, because it will be a one up for Mr. Plume Plume, because then it can put seeds in Now That's TV cast members' mind that, oh, I can just go to Zeus and get paid more and everything. Now, I don't know if Mr. Plume Plume is going to do Diamond the Body the way how they did ET, but Diamond the Body is not a dumb ass bitch like ET. And Diamond the Body actually has like her own things established, like has her own things going on. So I don't know, but I will be coming back next week to do reviews on, of course, Bad versus Wild, maybe, but I am coming back to do more reviews on Now That's TV shows. It's just after watching the reunion of Young and Reckless, I just got burnt out. I got burnt out from Young and Reckless. I got watching South Central Baddies. Like, that was fine and everything, but I got burnt out when all these new shows came out. Mean Girls, Making the Cast. Now they got Zodiac House out. I have not watched a lot of Now That's TV content in a minute. I tried to give it a chance yesterday and watch Making the Cast, the last episode, which was the season finale. They only did 6 episodes with that show. 6 episodes, and what's also bothering me about Now That's TV is that there's no premise, there's no concept, there's no reason for you guys to have there's no reason for you guys to have Making the Cast, because it's like, what is the purpose of the show? I'm happy that you guys have content coming out all the time, and you have shows coming out. Once one show is done, you got another show out and coming and everything, and you're still keeping up with the content. But that show Making the Cast was not interesting at all. It was boring. It was like a fake deja vu. It felt like fake deja vu. You put all these niggas and bitches in the house and then let shit happen. Thank you guys so much for listening to me rant, and also I do appreciate you guys. I am back. I will be having consistent videos up from now on. I'm trying to make YouTube my one and only job, but also I'm just trying to get more consistent. I was very consistent when I did this channel, and I have to get back being consistent. It's just I got burnt out, and I got burnt out on all the ratchet TV. Now that I had a break to get myself and chill and everything. I'm coming back, and I'm not going to be doing reviews on every single Now That's TV show. I'm going to be doing a review on I have to watch the Best Friends show to see if I like it. I haven't watched it yet. And Zodiac House. We'll see. Look forward to it. I might have one of the videos out. I might have another video out on one of those shows later on this week, but I'm not too sure yet. But like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. I will be back for another one. Peace out.